Hey everybody, come on in. This is the Daily Bern. Welcome back. This is the war room of the political revolution. What this is a daily inspirational, motivational show for all of us that are fighting every day in this political revolution in order to change our government into one that works for the people instead of big money interests and endless war. So please like and share. We need to be the media. So get this out to as many people as you can. I would like to see this grow and be a voice of inspiration for us moving forward. Just a positive place for us to gather, and draw inspiration from each other. That's my idea here. There was too much negativity out there. There was plenty of that. I felt like there needed to be some positivity. Someone telling you the truth. Someone telling you that we can do this. We just have to do the work. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Daily Bern. I'm your host, Sean Yankee, and today I wanted to start off with a quote again. But this time it's going to be from the movies. It's from one of my favorite motivational scenes ever in a movie, and it goes, "Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done." Now, bonus points to anyone out there that can tell me what movie that was from. I know I'm not much of an actor, but I bet someone out there knows. I just thought that was a great way to begin today's burn because we have got to believe that we can do this and let nothing stand in our way. Every time we get knocked down, we need to get back up. That is how you win. Winning really does start in your mind. So does losing, for that matter. You can defeat yourself before you ever begin if you allow the negative in and let it guide you. But with effort, you can build up the positive side and silence the negative and set your mind to achieving what you want to achieve. Decide that it's time to make a change and then get up and do the work needed to make it happen. You've got to put in the work. A dream without the work put in to achieve it is going to stay a dream forever. You have got to grind every day towards your goals. Not just do it when it's easy, but when it's hard. When you don't want to do it, that's when you push forward. That's when you remind yourself, no, I am not going to quit. I cannot stop. I want this to happen, and it will never happen if I don't keep going. Quitting has got to be completely unacceptable, a non option. Then you keep pushing forward through the weakness, and soon it will become instinctive. It'll be a habit. You'll just do it, and you won't even realize you're doing it. Every one of us has this power inside of us. You are much stronger than the powerful ever want you to realize, and your potential strength is hidden from you from birth. You are indoctrinated, not educated. Free thought is discouraged, and memorization and repetition is praised. Dependence on the system and slavery to it is their ultimate goal. You are trained to be an efficient worker, not educated. A tool in the machinery of the greed-driven system that they have built to trap us in, and you are conditioned to accept it and never question it. Then you are bombarded by a weaponized propaganda machine in the corporate-controlled media that's entire purpose is to distract, misinform, and divide the population up into small, easily controllable groups. And this is all by design. They have built this system of oppression over thousands of years and spread their secrets down throughout the generations. That is how such obscene amounts of power and influence ended up in the hands of so few. This mess is by design. This situation that we now find ourselves in, we got here intentionally. The predators that lord over us have done all this on purpose, and they will do more if left unchecked. Fortunately, the tide is turning. We are waking up en masse, and we are coming together and moving in the right direction towards making real change. And this is happening right now, and we are all a part of it. I include a link in the description of every Daily Bern. Please go there in every Daily Bern to BernieSanders.com. Please go there and see if there's any way that you can help out the campaign by maybe becoming one of the more than 2 million of us, 2 million volunteers, becoming one of us and helping us to get Bernie elected, or donate any amount, even $1. If $1 is all you can donate, donate $1. That all helps and it all adds up. And we bought our own politician. We all got to chip in, you know. So when the hat passes around, make sure you kick in a buck or two and then get a bumper sticker while you're there. I want everybody to get a bumper sticker. I really do. I'm preaching this over and over again. I was before I even got the reaction that I've gotten from mine, but it starts so many conversations. And I'm telling you, people need to see that support. Little things like that really do make a big difference. You'd be amazed. So try that out. Get you a bumper sticker and see what I mean. You're going to have all kinds of new opportunities and new interactions with people and that you never had before. And that's what I mean by doing all you can. Just capitalize on your opportunities and start making the changes that you can in your own lives right now. We don't have to wait to start making these changes. We can start right now, today. All you have to do is decide that you are going to be the change that you want to see and then start doing it. You'll stumble a bit at first, but over time it will get easier and easier until it's a habit that you do without even thinking about it. And this goes for all things in life, big and small. Your reality ends up becoming what you tolerate. Stop tolerating less than what you're worth. Don't accept things for the way that they are. Realize that a better world is possible, and most importantly, in your power to create. No one tells you that. People are trained to accept less because, as they say, it could be worse. After all, aren't we lucky? We lucky to have what we do. Some have far less, you know. And that's the way they train us to think. And it's true. People do have it far worse than we do here in America. Thing is, though, that isn't acceptable either. You know, this greed is crippling people all over the world. It's not just here. But we're lied to that America is the greatest country on earth. But what exactly are we best at? Well, it's not education. We're way down the list on that. It isn't healthcare because we are the only civilized country on this planet not to guarantee healthcare to our people as a human right. So what are we number one in? It's not wealth, but I'll tell you what we are number one in. We are number one in having the most children living in poverty in our country. So you're conditioned to believe that we're in the richest country in the world, and we are. So those two statements sound weird together, don't they? The most children living in poverty in the wealthiest country in the world. So yeah, we're number one, all right. We're number one in mass shootings. We're number one in gun deaths. We're number one in corruption. I think we're probably the best in corruption. We probably have the number one propaganda machine. And this is what we're up against. This is what we are up against. And when I say we, I am not just talking about us that are already in this fight. I'm talking about society as a whole. And as I said, not even just Americans, the world. These people that have a hold over our country, they have a hold over the whole world. And this greed needs to come to an end. They're never going to get enough. They're never going to stop. They're never going to course correct on their own. This is our fight. We're being given a fantastic opportunity to make real change and progress happen. And all we have to do is all we can. So just do all you can. Do all that you can do, and we will win. It's that simple. We are going to win. Keep saying that. Believe it. and then get out there, do the work, and make it happen. We have to own this. This is our fight, not Bernie, us. We do this. Thanks again, everyone, for coming. And if you shared, thank you so much. That helps out more than you know. And this message needs to spread and get out there. So thank you. Real quick, I wanted to mention a few comments from yesterday's burn that we didn't get to. First thing, I've been getting a lot of good feedback when posting this show to Trump friendly places. I've been posting this in enemy territory a little bit. And I'm seeing a lot more respect comments now than before. You know, these Trump supporters who might not agree with me politically yet, I haven't turned them yet, but they're listening and they're respecting what I'm doing. And that's a start. That means a lot. For the most part, these aren't bad people. Most of the Trump supporters aren't bad people. They're angry. They're fed up. They're just misdirected. You know, they have a lot more in common with us than you'd think. We're not that far apart. There is potential for common ground here. In the end, on the grand scale, we all kind of want the same things, but we differ on a few key points, and those in power use those points to divide us up. We need to rise above that and realize that the big picture is the important thing, and we can debate over all these littler side issues as we go along and come to agreements. But Nissa was here and said that I don't need to wear makeup. She said, just do me. And that's very sweet. What that's in reference to is the last 2 days, yesterday and today, excuse me, I am wearing makeup. That's why I look so beautiful. No, um, I'm working with the lighting. I'm working with changes to the show. This is just an amateur show that I do for you guys. Just because I wanted there to be a show like this, so I made one. Um, I think that there's value to it, and I want to keep doing it. But I want it to get out to people, and I know that people are picky what they'll click on. So I want it to look as good as it can. I want to make as good of a product as I can as an amateur for you guys. And that's why I am wearing the makeup. And, I may try that going forward. I'm trying it out, seeing how it works. If it looks a little better. Because, I do have dark circles around my eyes just naturally. And, I'm gorgeous, but under certain lighting, you know, lighting is hard to get right too. This is probably the best I've ever had the lighting on the show. But we're going to work on it as we go. And it's going to, by the time Bernie gets elected president, this will look like a professional show. You won't be able to tell the difference between this and like Jimmy Dore or Tim Black. It's going to look the same. But Rob said that this was an important show and that we should keep going. And I think I'll listen to Rob and Nissa instead of the trolls that tell me I need to wear makeup and improve the lighting. Like, we're going to make changes and fix the show, but that stuff will not discourage me. Not yesterday, but day before, we had a troll here who was pretty mean and was saying a lot of really mean things about the show. And he went on and on and on and basically said I was trying to get Trump elected, that my show was so bad that I was trying to get Trump elected and I was doing harm to Bernie's campaign, that I looked like, what'd he say, a mean, ugly troll sitting on a toilet. So, but that's how you learn, right? From critiques. He's just trying to help. Anyways, let's head over to the Daily Bern newsroom. Okay, so here we are. We're in the newsroom, and I picked out two stories to go into today. There really wasn't a lot of news relevant to us anyway out there. Now I think we should just focus on news that's relevant to us, at least for a little while. When I see a hit piece or something on mainstream media, I'll bring it up. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is something like that. But this is on the ICE raids that just happened. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. There was massive amounts of ICE raids. And this is Bernie on the ICE raids. He calls them evil. And he goes on to say, our job is to reject Trump's racist agenda, end the terror inflicted on immigrant communities, and bring families together, not tear them apart. 680 undocumented immigrants were arrested yesterday, the biggest single state raid in U.S. history. 600 something out of one chicken factory, one Koch brothers owned chicken factory. And none of the bosses, foremans, hiring managers, CEO, president of the company, none of them were arrested. None of them were placed in plastic cuffs. None of them were separated from their families. This is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. You cannot fight this problem by punishing those who come here for a better life. You have to address the problem of these big businesses paying criminal wages to illegal workers, using the system while they cry about it. The same people that are spending all their money on the political party of borders and, you know, all of that, they benefit from it. They need it. They can't sustain their business model without it. It's by design. This is all by design. But this is ridiculous to round up people like this. We should not stand for this. We need to do all we can to make our voices loud about this. But here we go. Here's the hit piece. And this is something we're going to deal with the entire campaign. This is from Fox, but every media outlet is parroting the same thing. Warren surges, Sanders slips, Biden steady in new post-debate poll in Iowa. Is that... Hold on, we'll get back to that. Did you see Biden put his foot in his mouth with that comment that poor kids are just as smart and talented as white kids? How long do you think it took his staff to explain to him what was wrong with what he said? He's oblivious. He is so unaware. But where is it? Where is the poll? Where are the poll numbers? I hate the news media. I swear I do. You know, they want to force me to read this article to see their bullshit numbers. But anyways, they're saying that Sanders clocked in at 9%, where Biden is standing at 28%. Where is this invisible support for Joe Biden? I have never seen any of it. I've never met a Biden supporter in real life. I've met them on Facebook, I've met them online, but I've never seen one in real life. Poll number 4, Yang Gang. Yeah, Yang made the debates again. So 9 candidates have qualified for the debates now, and Tulsi is not among them. I think that the media is doing a big hit job on Tulsi right now because of what she did to Kamala Harris. And I saw someone recommend that if you're polled, to say you're voting for Tulsi, because we can always vote for Bernie. But let's help Tulsi get on the debate stage. I think that is actually a good plan. You know, we want both of their voices up there. And she's been doing a great job too. So we need to see her as an ally. I kind of think that they're working together in the end, really. I think that they'll end up pairing up. You know, they're at least both spreading an important message, and I want to see them both up there. So support Tulsi if you can, you know. That's it for the news today. All right, so just to cleanse our palates from that stupid bullshit we just looked at, I picked out this little video. I was actually just scrolling through my timeline and looking at my memories, and I came across this video from 2016. But I thought we should watch this together. I was moved when I watched this. It's been a while since I've seen it, and it's probably been a while since you've seen it. So let's watch it real quick. It's a short video.
What does it mean to live a moral life? When we talk about morality and when we talk about justice, we have to understand that there is no justice when so few have so much and so many have so little. There is no justice when the top 1/10 of 1% owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. Millions of people are working long hours for abysmally low wages, working hard, but unable to bring in enough money to adequately feed their kids. There is no justice when the United States of America has the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. How can we talk about morality, about justice, when we turn our backs on the children of our country? We have in this country sufficient amounts of money to put more people in jail than any other country on earth. But apparently, we do not have enough money to provide jobs and education to our young people. We are the only major country on earth that does not guarantee health care to all people as a right. All of God's children, the poor, the wretched, they have a right to go to a doctor when they are sick.
I love this man.
I want you to think of what this great country can be. We can be a nation which joins other nations around the world in guaranteeing health care to all people as a right. We can be a nation in which working parents can get quality, affordable child care. We can be a nation in which every American, regardless of his or her income, can get a college education. We can be a nation in which every senior lives out their lives in dignity and security. We can be a nation in where everyone, no matter their race, their religion, their disability, or their sexual orientation, realizes the full promise of equality that is our birthright as Americans. Brothers and sisters, this is the nation we can create when we stand together and not let people divide us. The history of America and the fight for human dignity is a history of struggle. They struggled because they said, I am a human being. I have rights. You can't do that to me. I need dignity. And unions were formed, and people fought, and people died, and people were beaten, and people went to jail. When millions of people stand up and fight, they win.
I have chills. I seriously have chills. It's inspirational. I wanted to share that with you guys today. That was from 2016, but okay, so real quick before we wrap up, we're going to get into Bernie events. If you want to stay informed with what's going on in the campaign, text Bernie to 67760, and volunteers like me who do the texting will text you out relevant information to you and your area and events with the campaign and the revolution. So text that to that number and you can get in that way, or you can get the Bern app through wherever you get your phone apps, and just go there and get the Bern app, and that will keep you informed in the campaign. Or if you don't want to do those two things, just watch this show every day, because I will go through Bernie events. They are in Iowa right now, and they'll be in Iowa till tomorrow, and they had 9 total events while in Iowa, and then they'll be back to Iowa, I believe. I don't have it written down in front of me, but on the 27th, I'm pretty sure, like 98% sure, for a softball game against the press. Bernie's staff against the press, which I'm sure will get 0 coverage, but I hope that they stomp the shit out of them. Well, that does it for another episode of the Daily Bern. Thank you guys so much for all the support that you've given. And I want to thank a few honorable mentions. The other day when we had that troll, a couple of you guys went at him for me, and I really appreciated that. I left him alone, and I'm going to tell you why. every time he left a nasty comment, it was another view. And if one of you guys had gotten into an argument with him, I would have watched it to make sure you're okay. I don't want you guys to deal with what I do, but that's all views. Every comment is a view. So I'm sitting there watching it going, oh, sometimes the troll is good, you know? And he was mean, but he wasn't lying to me. The show does need to look more professional. I really believe, and I'm not trying to be arrogant, that this is my gift. I there's a speech where there's a motivational speaker, I think Les Brown is his name, but he's talking about how you find your gift. And your gift is whatever you do, whatever you like to do, or whatever you do that requires the least amount of effort. And when you wake up in the morning, it's the first thing you're thinking about doing. That's your gift. So I feel like I have at least a small amount of skill with this and am producing something of value for the campaign. This particular troll felt like I'm re-electing Donald Trump and that I'm damaging the campaign because it's not a glossy, fancy show. But until Bernie Sanders tells me himself to stop doing this, I am pretty sure this is exactly what he's talking about. People doing all they can, people filling voids and filling gaps and putting themselves into positions to make change, to make the world a better place. That is exactly what Bernie's message is. So, like I said, I would be shocked if he didn't appreciate everything that we do. And something like this, it's definitely not hurting anything, I'll tell you that. And there's plenty of negative out there, so there needed to be some positive. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been a really good week. We're building. The show is growing, and I really am excited to see that. And I know it has everything to do with all of you regulars that I see here on a regular basis out there sharing the show. Appreciate everything you do for me and for this show and for this revolution. You guys are warriors and you rock. And I'm very proud of all of you. And, we don't get thanked enough. We're not doing this to be thanked, but you need to know that it's appreciated. What you're doing is appreciated. I appreciate it. And our future generations are definitely going to appreciate it. Just keep going. We're going to win. All right? I'll see you guys on Monday for a new episode of the Daily Bern.